Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Today we're talking about Wolfwalkers.
You have to leave. No way. I scared him off.
So Wolfwalkers is co-directed by Tom Moore and Ross Stewart. Basically, this story takes place in the 1600s. You have one of our main characters, Robyn, and her father. They originally are from England, but they are currently living in the small Irish town of Kilkenny. And basically her dad is a wolf hunter, and Robyn herself, she wants to be a wolf hunter as well. So one day when he goes out into the woods to go and track down some wolves, she decides to follow him to, try and do it herself. Well, when she goes out into the woods, she ends up encountering Mebh, and basically she is a wolf walker. Now, what is a wolf walker? So for those who aren't familiar, wolf walker is basically a person, I thought it was like a werewolf, but it's slightly different. Basically, it's a person who can communicate with with wolves, but when they go to sleep, they actually can manifest into like a werewolf state while their human body is sleeping somewhere. So it's a really cool idea and an interesting take on that lore. So it's something that you don't see done a whole lot, I feel like, at least in my opinion. So I thought that was really cool. And basically the story for the most part focuses on the friendship between Mebh and Robyn. At one point in the story too, Robyn, she ends up getting accidentally bitten by Mebh, and so she ends up becoming a wolf walker herself, which puts her in a interesting position, because that's the thing that her father and the town are hunting, and actually it was something that she wanted to hunt as well. So now she kind of sees the other side of things. So I thought that was cool, kind of putting her in that position. And like I said, so the story primarily focuses on the relationship between Mebh and Robyn. At first they're kind of hesitant because, Mebh, she's the townie and wants to be like this, this hunter, but she doesn't really know what she's doing. And then you have Mebh, who is the wolf walker, and she's really hesitant about these townies or whatever, thinks they're weird and wants these people basically out of her woods. So it's like two completely different lifestyles. So it's interesting to see where they start and where these two characters end up by the end of the film. So to start off with the positives, guys, I absolutely just loved this story. I love the film overall, but the story I thought was really fun. Just the getting to learn more about these characters, and I think just the whole idea of the wolf walkers, like I said, it's sort of has that werewolf vibe, but it's a little bit different. And I really like that it's it's based off Irish folklore. I'm always fascinated by that stuff, especially when they kind of explore that in movies. Anytime a film does that, that always really catches my eye, and I want to learn more about it afterwards. So I thought that aspect was really cool, and I had a lot of fun learning more about that as the film went on. This story really also got me invested in these characters. You had Mebh, you had Robyn, Robyn's mom, you had, or I should say, Mebh's mom and Robyn's dad. All of those characters, I found out that I really cared about them, because at certain points in the film, there's events that happen that, I wasn't really sure what to expect, because, I haven't actually seen Cartoon Saloon's other films. I'm definitely going to go back and watch them now, because after watching this movie, but I hadn't seen some of their other films, so I wasn't really sure, what to expect as far as the stakes and stuff like that go. So there was points in this film where I was actually, worried about what was going to happen to some of these characters potentially, and I was like, okay, wow, yeah, they really got me hooked with these characters. So I think the story, the writing, and everything like that was really top-notch, beautiful storytelling. I also thought the villain Lord Protector was done really well. He was this overzealous kind of religious type. Basically, he thought that everything that he was doing for the town was right, because he believed that was, what his religion told him to do. And so I think, to me, that kind of made his character a little scary, because, he was so tunnel vision and just thought that, this was the right way and there was no basically shades of gray or anything like that. So anytime you have a character that, kind of has that, sole purpose and isn't willing to see anyone else's aspect, it's like, yeah, that's a little scary. So I thought his character, he had a little bit of aspects of some like other Disney like villains, I feel like, a little bit in him, but I thought that he was pretty like interesting as well. But guys, as far as the highlight of this film for me, and you're probably going to hear this from other people who have seen the movie already, is definitely the animation and the art in this movie. My God, it is beautiful, at least in my opinion. From when I first saw the trailer for this film, and it's actually funny because I found out about this movie. I was in Barnes and Noble of all places, and I was looking around actually for Christmas gifts, and I saw the art of book, and I was like, I just saw like the cover and stuff, and I opened it up and I was like, wow, this looks really interesting. So I looked up the trailer and actually ended up watching it right there. And right from that first trailer, I was instantly hooked. I was like, wow, the art looks amazing. Like, I can't wait till this thing comes out. So I was hooked right from that, that first trailer. And my God, guys, like that trailer is just, a small little aspect, obviously, where it's a trailer. But yeah, the whole film is beautiful. I really hope I can find some prints and stuff like that from this movie because I would love to add them to my collection. There is one scene in particular, and I'm not going to go into like a lot of details because I want you guys to definitely enjoy this film, seeing it for the first time and go into it knowing as little as possible. But there is one scene that they do it a couple times, but at one point in the movie, you get to basically see the wolf's point of view, and you can see, basically the different like scents and stuff like that, the things that the wolves like hear and how that's kind of portrayed with the animation and stuff. And that whole sequence, those scenes, I thought were just like mind blowing. I was like sitting there in my seat and I was just like, holy crap, this is amazing. And yeah, I'm curious if any of you other guys, feel the same way about that scene that I'm talking about, if you have seen it. But yeah, it was just fascinating. I can't wait to watch it again. But that was by far one of my favorite sequences in the whole film. Also, guys, I can't go farther in this review without also mentioning the music, the score. I think they did an incredible job. It really kind of, because this takes place in like the country of like Ireland, countryside of like Ireland, from what I can tell, I believe. And, the music just kind of, it made me feel like I was there. So I think it really added on to the story. At least as what I can kind of picture Ireland. I've never been there myself, but that's kind of like what I picture. So I thought they did a really good job with that as well. So to wrap things up, guys, I can tell that I absolutely love a movie, when the film finishes and I am looking forward to the next time that I'm going to get to see this thing. Like, I can't wait to watch it again. That's when I know it's a film that's really stood out for me. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, that is the case with Wolfwalkers. I was blown away by this film, and I was actually a little nervous because after I had seen the initial trailer, I was super, super hyped for this thing, and I thought I wasn't going to see it until I premiered on Apple, which is like December 11th, because they're going to be streaming it. But I just happened to look at it. I've been, doing all kinds of like research and stuff on it just to see any more information I could kind of find out without getting spoilers. And I just happened to see that it was actually playing at one theater. I'm in New Hampshire, and it was playing at one theater here. So I guess this weekend, I don't know how long it's going to be going, but it has a very limited theatrical release. And so I got to check it out at this one theater. We'll see what happens. We're probably going to be one of the last times go to the theaters the way, stuff is going right now. I hope not. But if it is, we're definitely going out on a high note, because this is, I can tell you guys right now, one of my favorite films of the year, if not my favorite film. Yeah, as far as a score, I'm going to give it a 9.5, but honestly, like, it might be a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, if you guys can't tell, I really enjoyed this film. Just the storytelling, the characters, the animation. I thought everything was fantastic. And, I can't wait for you guys to check it out if you haven't gotten a chance to yet. So let me know if you guys have seen the film. As far as their previous films, also let me know which one I should watch next, because like I said, I haven't seen any of them so far. So which previous film should I watch first? Let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, when you guys do get a chance to see Wolfwalkers, I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys want to say as well. So let me know down below in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button next to it, just so that way you get notifications for all my new videos. I really appreciate it, guys. Also, if you can hit that thumbs up, it'll help the video with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, guys, please make sure to check back for more pop culture with Pat.